This is a very quick review about enjo mops. This is the extreme cloth, and the big question is it worth paying all that money for an enjo mop, or should you just stick with the Veleda and the Sabco ones that you can get from Coles and Woolworths? Having used Sabco and Veleda ones for the last 20 years, I can tell you now that having bought the enjo and having it for a month now, enjo is definitely better, and I would say you actually save money in the end, because we've had to replace these. Well, I can't say for sure because this thing may break, but I can tell you now the Veleda and Sabco mops that we've had, they tend to last about maybe 4 to 6 months, and then we'd have to replace them. They're like $30-40 a pop. The enjo mop is ridiculously expensive. This set costs about $200 altogether. This cloth alone is $110, but it's on sale at $95. And the telescopic head thing is I think about $110 anyway. You can check it on the website by itself if you bought it by itself. So it is more expensive, but I think it is. Is it worth 5 Veleda mops? I would say yes. Part of the appeal, and we also have the all-purpose head sort of cloth, but part of the biggest appeal really is that the cloth that enjo make are ridiculously good quality. So I think, I don't know what the technical terminology is, but essentially it's a lot more dense, and you can see, look at this fiber here. I don't think you can tell, but they're actually, in this extreme mop, they're actually like metallic bristles in this. So this is not just like your normal cloth. This cloth is super dense. It's nice and thick, and this can be used as an outdoor mop. There's no way you could use a Sabco or Veleda mop outside. And I'm just going to try it for the first time on our concrete. So this is so we have this sort of I can't remember what it's called, concrete with the sort of you can see all these little pebbles everywhere, and it's actually not that easy to clean. You can use high pressure hosing, and that's normally what we do. So and you can get stains pretty easily. So I'm just going to move to a section where there's some staining and see how this mop does with and without water. So you can see here we've got plenty of yucky stains here. I'm just going to use this mop. You can probably use, sometimes the water is good, sometimes it's not enough, but look, firstly, it's actually hard to push because, wow, okay. So I'm just giving it a bit of a scrub. I'm going to get some water and just spray it with some water. I'm just going to get my hose. Just see how the hose does by itself. This isn't a super high pressure hose, so I do actually have a pressure, one of those Karcher pressure hoses, but anyway, you can see, and that does work pretty well. So if you're trying to spray this, you can see, I think no matter what the pressure is, it's hard to get. Honestly, the iPhone actually makes it look a little bit worse than it is, because I think iPhones just have really good contrast. That, by the way, is just sunlight coming through the shade, so that's not a spot. So that's with the hose, and I'm trying to hose away this sand that's been stuck in the concrete. Okay. So this is, yeah, just remember, it's called exposed aggregate. Okay, so that's with the water. Now I'm going to try to get the hose and see, get the enjo and see whether it can actually do any cleaning. See how disappointed we can be. So far, it hasn't done much. I'm trying to do this one-handed while I'm holding the. I'll get one of these hangers on my head. Okay, so, all right, so firstly, I'm having to put just a little bit of force, not too much. I think I'm finding the right sort of force level. Okay, I don't know whether you can tell, but it's a little bit cleaner now. It's definitely better than just trying to hose it down with water. And okay, so after, how long has it been? Doing this for like a minute, 2 minutes. Okay, that's actually looking a little bit better. There's still a little bit of dirt there, but it's better. Okay, actually that's pretty good. There's still black bits in there. If you look really closely, I'm not sure whether that's actually just I think some of these black bits are actually just part of the aggregate concrete anyway. So, all right, so overall, that's actually not a bad job. I can't tell how much dirt has been picked up, but it does look a little bit cleaner in real life. How does this compare to pressure hosing? I have pressure hosed this area before, and it doesn't pick up. It will not get rid of like deep stains in the aggregate. And this is actually pretty good. So overall, I reckon it's probably about 50% cleaner, not 100%. But look, I think this is a good little spot to check it out. There's a bit of soil down here. And one of the problems that we're having here is that there's a little bit of water that leaks from the reticulation here down here, so that's why you get a bit of staining down this area. So maybe 30 to 50% cleaner overall. So that's pretty good. Wasn't expecting all of that to come out. And given that I don't think you literally could not do this with any other cloth that I can think of that you can buy from the supermarket. I don't think there exists outdoor cloth like this at the supermarket level. So, all right. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Not 100%. You can't, like I said, the iPhone does make the contrast a little bit too more than it actually is, and just with my eyes, I can tell you that it looks probably about 50% cleaner. So that's the enjo. The other cool thing about it is the mechanism here is very simple. So you just press open, or you just press open, and then it opens like this. The cloth comes out, you just chuck that in the washing machine. Then you're done. And because now we've got an outdoor one and an indoor one, we can switch between the two really easily. Just press close, and that's it. The other, when you compare it to a Veleda or a Savco, they often have all these like Velcro things that are stuck on, and it all looks good and it's very convenient for the first month, but then the Velcro tends to sort of fall apart, and then you can't use the mop anymore. So having a mop that you can actually use outside, I think is a pretty cool thing. The inside mop is very good as well. Hopefully that helps somebody. So I think I made the mistake of buying this for outdoor tiles. You do not want to use this on tiles because it's just too thick. Sorry, not too thick. It's got that metallic thing on top, so it's actually designed to be for uneven surfaces. So that's my bad. But I can use it on this aggregated concrete if I ever get problems with it, and I can't be bothered to bring out the high pressure hose. So I am pretty happy with it. In retrospect, I probably should have just bought the all-purpose mop for the outside, or even the softer mop that is good for tiles. So do follow the instructions on Enjo in terms of the information available about which mop to buy. There you go. Hope that's helpful.